Delhi government has called off odd and even scheme. Odd and even has been called off for now. This is the breaking news we're getting to you at this point in time. Remember, just this afternoon, the National Green Tribunal had given a nod to the Delhi government's odd even scheme. Remember, this comes in the light of the pollution menace that the national capital region has been seeing at this point in time.
ऑड इवन जो है एक फॉर्मूला है पोल्यूशन को कुछ हद तक कम करने का, लेकिन ऑनरेबल एनजीटी कोर्ट ने जो दो कंडीशंस रखी, एक तो टू व्हीलर्स एग्जेम्प्ट नहीं होंगे और लेडीज भी एग्जेम्प्ट नहीं होंगी। तो अगर लगभग 60 लाख के आसपास जो टू व्हीलर्स हैं उसका हम 50% लेके चलें तो 30 लाख के आसपास टू व्हीलर्स हैं जो रोड पर होंगे। तो अभी इन जो सर्कमस्टेंसेस हैं आज के दिन पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट और बसेस का, तो उतनी ज़्यादा बसेस की स्ट्रेंथ नहीं है कि हम उनको कैरी आउट कर सकें। और सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि लेडीज़ की जो सेफ्टी और सिक्योरिटी का इशू है वो एक बहुत बड़ा मुद्दा है। लेडीज़ की सेफ्टी और सिक्योरिटी के साथ दिस गवर्नमेंट इज़ वेरी कंसर्न्ड, तो वो हम रिस्क बिल्कुल नहीं ले सकते। तो एट द मोमेंट जो PM 2.5 और PM 10 के जो लेवल्स हैं वो प्रिस्क्राइब लेवल से भी कम है। तो एट द मोमेंट वी आर कॉलिंग इट ऑफ। लेकिन मंडे को वी आर गोइंग बैक टू एनजीटी। वी आर रिक्वेस्टिंग एनजीटी कि वो जो टू व्हीलर्स की एग्जेम्पशन और लेडीज की एग्जेम्पशन जो है वो उसको दोबारा कंसिडर करें, क्योंकि इन दोनों कंडीशन के साथ बड़ा मुश्किल होगा हमारे लिए ऑड इवन इम्प्लीमेंट करने का। लेडीज की सिक्योरिटी और सेफ्टी का इशू भी है। तो हम हाथ जोड़ के एनजीटी कोर्ट में मंडे को ये रिव्यू एप्लीकेशन फाइल करेंगे एंड एट द मोमेंट ऑड इवन जो है वी आर कॉलिंग इट ऑफ। थैंक यू।
And that is the big development coming in from the court in New Delhi. Nagin Singh, our correspondent, joins us in New Delhi. Nagin, we heard the lawyer from the Delhi government say that they are calling off the odd even scheme. It was, remember, just this afternoon when the National Green Tribunal had made those two particular points, saying that women and two-wheelers will also be banned. This is a complete U-turn, but what are your sources telling you?
Well, Jessica, this shows the completely unpreparedness of the government before coming up with the odd even scheme. Let's not forget that Delhi is also considered the rape capital, and this is the reason that the transport minister has come up with this argument that pollution levels going down are important, but women's safety is paramount. So, stating this, he's saying that they will come up, they will go to NGT again, and they will file a review petition in NGT, stating that it would be difficult to implement odd even with these conditions. And also, he's talked about Kailash Gahlot, who is the Delhi transport minister. He said that over 30 lakh two-wheelers which are there in Delhi, and if this is taken out of the transport system, then it will be very difficult to cope up with the pressure in the city and the number of commuters in Delhi, because our transport system in Delhi is not really prepared, which can, provide good transport facility for every day in the city.
Absolutely, Nagin, and given the kind of the number of two-wheelers that we see in Delhi every day, of course, the Delhi government does not have a plan on how they will be able to accommodate those people who commute daily via those two-wheelers, and of course, if there's women as well. But what precisely is the reason of this being called off, while the Delhi government should have thought about this this much before than coming out with the odd even scheme?
Well, this is what we have been saying since odd even scheme, since the government has been talking about coming up with the odd even scheme this year as well. Today, NGT made sure that two kind of vehicles, one of women's vehicle and the other one these two-wheelers. These were there last year and last to last year, but this year they were not exempted from odd even scheme. And brings a bigger change or a bigger problem for the transportation in Delhi and a bigger problem for the commuters in Delhi. So it is all about the preparedness of the city and the infrastructure and the kind of transport system that we have. That is not enough to make life easier for people. Also, they don't. The government, Delhi government, doesn't really want the voters of Delhi. Ultimately they will be voting whenever there will be election. And
right, Nagin, do stay with us. Sorry for interrupting you there, but let's listen in to what the Delhi government ministers had to say on cancelling the odd-even scheme.
महिला सुरक्षा और बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है और जिसके मद्देनजर ये फैसले लिया. इसे दोबारा मंडे को एनजीटी जाके रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे दोबारा.
Well, Nagin, coming back to you, sorry for that interruption there. We heard the minister say that women's safety is of prime importance here. But do you think that is reason enough for calling off odd and even? I mean, there can be different plans to, prevent any sort of mishappening that could happen with women on the streets. But calling it off only because women will be unsafe, do you think that's feasible enough?
Well, Jessica, this is how the government is working in Delhi. When there will be any incident of rape, then they will come up with another step. When there is more pollution or the pollution is visible, then only they are thinking about pollution. If there was no visibility of pollution or if there was no smog, they wouldn't have really come up with an odd-even scheme. But during winters, when you see that smog is visible, coming up with the odd-even scheme, the pollution levels have always been severe, and Delhi has always been one of the most polluted cities in the world. So they forget it when it is not visible to them, but every time when the panic situation comes, they keep shifting from one goal to another goal, looking to satisfy the people who are residing in Delhi, who are ultimately their vote bank.
Absolutely. A lot of politics happening over what situation here is in Delhi. Of course, people are not being able to breathe. Delhi has become breathtaking, so to say. And this is what the government is not being able to do. Is a simple fact is to help its people breathe clean air. Thank you, Nagin Singh, for joining us on the program and giving us those details. And this is what we're telling you today. Viewers who are just joining in, remember the National Green Tribunal had taken the case today to be heard in the court, which had declared, after a lot of apprehensions rather, that they would allow Delhi government's odd and even scheme to be played along the Delhi capital, the capital of the country, pardon me. And now the Delhi government has pulled out that particular scheme, saying that it is not feasible. Women's safety is a concern. Joining me on the program also is Ravi Agarwal. He's an environmentalist. Ravi, what's your reaction on this? First, introduce odd even when situations are worse, only realize that there is a huge smog where you can't really breathe that air, and then when the NGT comes out with its complete detail of the order, saying that it has to be, the odd even scheme has to be implemented with a strategy where everyone or vehicles should be banned in totality, no exemptions should be there. The Delhi government then pulls off. Shows clearly on how they're not prepared at all.
Yes, it does show that, and I think the NGT is saying that if you want to implement something like odd even, then either you do it fully, don't do it in half measure. Otherwise, it has, even if it has a marginal impact, it does not worth doing it. I think it's a valid observation. If you want to do it, you do it properly. Otherwise, it's a half measure, and there's no reason to have half measures. Delhi government, a surprising move, has now said we won't do it, showing they're not prepared for it.
Also, Ravi, an interesting thing to point out here is whenever this country and its people deal with an environmental hazard, it's always a court stepping in. It's like the government does not have a responsibility of its own. Is it that the judiciary needs to step in for whatever the government is incapable of doing?
Yes, I think the court steps in because the government is trying to balance things out all the time. It needs to take some hard decisions. It cannot be pleasing everybody. And when the solutions have to be found, they have to find the solutions. For example, in the issue of crop burning in Punjab, now the solution has to be found in terms of trying to compensate or find adequate ways for the farmers to have alternatives. Now you cannot have business as usual and expect the environment not to suffer. Now everybody's suffering because of this. So I think there need to be some hard decisions, and only then the courts will not step in, because courts cannot do executive action. They are only doing emergency action. So after that, it's up to the government to really take on the long-term measures.
Also, Ravi, in your estimation, do you think odd even was in fact a perfect solution for the kind of menace we're seeing right now in Delhi? And to be honest with you, Ravi, I have to put my mic down to cough so much that it's affecting my health right here. I don't know how many people outside on the streets are really living.
Air pollution we have is there throughout the year, and it peaks right now, but even in the best of days it is quite high. So we have to do something about traffic and vehicular pollution. Now, odd even as a temporary measure is going to be greatly inconvenient, we all know, but you have to try everything, because you cannot always blame it from the outside the city, but the measure inside the city. And it means that everybody, it's not only a right to breathe air, it's also a responsibility to breathe clean air. So we'll have to suffer a bit. Now, odd even is one of the measures. It cannot be the only measure. There's a number of other things that need to be done. But it is something which is going to cause inconvenience. But can you imagine the kind of air pollution? It's an inconvenience of really bad health.
Right.
So what kind of option do we have? So I think the wake-up call should be that we need to do something on long term, so that this doesn't become like everyday inconvenience. We really need to put some severe plans in action. The plans are well known, what needs to be done. And it cannot be done only in the state. It has to be done outside the state, in the NCR region as well. So irrespective of which government is there, we have to work together towards this.